Ryan and Junk were sitting in front of each other. They were alone and there was so much awkwardness between them. They were nervous and their parents wanted them to get married and they both didn't want to do this. Now they were sitting here to talk about the matter. Ryan believed that she was going to be rejected because he was way too handsome and pretty and she was ugly. She wasn't ugly but she was insecure about her looks. After seeing Ryan with himself, so that's why she was so upset after hearing this decision of her parents. He was looking at her and Ryan, I want to talk to you. I know what you want to talk to you. I also don't want to marry you. Do you like someone? He looked at her, his eyes were sharp and questioning. Why are you asking, do you like someone? Well, I want to marry him. What, he's a superstar, he doesn't know about you. Stop laughing, one day I will marry him and you will see that. Okay, hope I will see this before dying. Jangu, please shut your idiot mouth and tell me about you. But I like your best friend, Van gasped. What happened? You like her? She's so pretty, Van smiled and tell that she will accept you. No. Why? Are you afraid of getting rejected? Yeah, he agreed. Because he was afraid. She will not reject you, just go and tell her and also tell your parents. I will try, and she nodded and we got off. See you next time. Okay, bye. He smiled and walked off. They behaved nicely with each other, never said anything to hurt each other. She was happy for him and he practiced his feelings before the wedding. The next day, Vine was sitting on the couch while watching the movie, but suddenly her mother came and sat down with her. She looked at her and Vine, I want to talk to you. She looked at her mother. What is it, Mom? Jangu rejected you. He didn't want to marry you. Her mother was so worried. Why are you worried? We wanted to grow our small business. Mom, it's not my mistake. He doesn't want to marry me. I think so. He loves someone else. I can't be with the man who is in love with someone. Not for the deal. I can't with my life. Now I believe why he rejects you. She got up and left. The next day she went to the university and saw him. My best friend was with her and he was looking at them. Now I knew that he was seeing her best friend. Why do you know guys coming here for a mat meeting? She became happy. Yes, I know I booked a ticket and I'm so happy to see them. I go to a fan meeting. I don't know how to book. Van noted and they continued to walk while walking while he was watching them. He knew that Van was talking about Kai because everyone in class knew her craze and love for him. After meeting the Van, desperately wanted to propose Miri to because Van gave him hope. In the break, Van came and met Miri too. They both were sitting while eating, but he came and Miri too. I want to talk to you. What is it, Jungkook? Can we meet after university? No, I'm sorry, my aunt is at home, so I'm going with her. It's okay, he smiled and walked out. I looked at her and why do you lie? Miri looked at her, I'm not feeling well, Vine. I don't just want to meet anyone except I'm suffering from mental breakdown. Why, what happened? Did someone hurt you? No, I'm tired of my parents fighting. The fight start giving me anxiety. I just want to refresh now. Okay, talk to him later. Miri smiled. Miri was a beautiful girl and a problematic family, which caused her depression. She was sweet and introverted, didn't talk too much about her family. She shared everything with Vine. She was happy that Vine was her best friend. She was hiding something from Vine. Now Vine was walking towards her house, but Janko stopped in front of her. He was on his bike. She looked at him. Vine, what is wrong with me? She wanted to spend time with her aunt. Okay, I told her she was upset, but why are you going? You can go with me. I will drop at your place. Now I want to walk. I want to enjoy the weather. Okay, and then they will walk towards the house while talking to each other. Man waved at him before he going inside, and he smiled. She entered, and her mother was looking at her. If he doesn't want to marry me, then why was he? Mom, he's just my friend. She entered her room, and her room was decorated with glass frames. She smiled and jumped on the bench and grabbed her cell phone. She immediately booked another ticket for me, and then happily started watching. That night, she was sitting in front of a mirror by wearing a mask. She was preparing herself for a band meeting. Makeup was there in front of her as she stamped him to do makeup. She chose her dress and it was a full dress. She didn't like to wear short dresses. 1 week later, Janko tried so hard to propose Miru, but she was distancing herself from everyone. He was so worried about her, he started to feel that she was so upset and didn't tell anyone about the reason. He decided to wait for her now. When Miru was ready to go to the fan meeting, Van was so excited, but Miru was so nervous. In the fan meeting, there were so many girls and Kai was sitting there to give the autograph. One waiting for her transfer, Miriro was looking at Kai's secretary. Her heart broke every time she looked at him because he never looked at her. This was hurting her. But it was not his mistake because he was saying all Kai's things. Now it's my turn, Miriro. Miriro looked at her and smiled. Go. My nodded and ran towards the chair. She sat on and Kai smiled because he recognized her. I'm happy to see you this year. I thought that you would not come if I was in that bed. I would still come. Yes, I saw it in the live. He smiled and gave her an autograph. Then he pulled her out of floor and gave her. She was about to cry because of happiness. He grabbed it and tears formed in her eyes. No, no, don't cry. He was happy. Now go. Let's meet next year. She smiled and clicked a photo with him and got up. She looked back and walked towards her seat. Kai gave her another autograph, but her eyes are on her is the secretary. And then suddenly Yunju looked at her and they both stared at each other. Yunju remembered her. Amiriru smiled and Yunju couldn't believe it. He also smiled. They were childhood friends and she loved him so much. And the fan meeting was over and they came out and behind was going crazy and Flower was Marilu was happy to see Yunju. One was feeling gas of happiness. He got a gift from Flower. Marilu was smiling while looking at her flower. The next day one was sitting there while Marilu was in the washroom. Jungkook came and why and Marilu want to a fan meeting with you? Yes, but why? She said she's not his fan. She became his fan. Are you jealous? He nodded while I looked at him surprisingly. Really? He nodded. Why I'm getting the phrases she will reject me. Not right. Why do you do to your face? How can you look good? What do you mean can not look good? No, I started laughing and whining at him. After the university, one was walking with Miniru. They were ready to go back, but Jungkook and his friends were standing right in front of them. He was going to why Miniru wanted to go, but she was not feeling him. He got up and stood in front of her. She looked at him and he sat down on his knees. But Ma's face was because she knew that she was going to say, Jungkook, I like someone else. Jungkook and Boyan both got sorry. I just want to be some. I'm sorry, she ran out and he was still there in disbelief. While Boyan was looking at him, she didn't know what to do. She looked at him and then to her and ran behind her. First when she ran towards her house and on the way she saw her sitting on the bench. She stopped and are you okay? Mary nodded. And she sat down with her and took a deep breath and looked at her. Why, who is he? Mary waved aside and his car secretary once shouted out, are you talking about Mr. Yonju? Yes. When did you know Jungle likes me? One has never. Yes, he told me. He's a good friend, but I love my Yunju. Your Yunju, did you know you love him? No, but I will tell him. And what if he no don't so this he will not reject me? Hope so. Miriru was looking down and don't worry, let's go and eat ice cream. Miriru smiled in pain and got up. They both went to eat ice cream. At night, one was sitting on the couch while thinking about this thing. She never thought that Miriru also loved someone because she was not like this before. Mom was worried about Jungkook. Suddenly, she heard the horn and got up. She knew that he came back. She ran out. She came in and looked at her. He was looking broken. She walked towards him. Are you okay? You said she would not reject me. Jungkook didn't notice her like someone else. Believe me, I was also shocked for me. But is she okay? She answered. I walked towards his house. She entered her room, but her mood light up after seeing the flower. She grabbed it and kissed it. She was feeling special and also wanted to propose to him, but she didn't know where he lived. She laid down on the bed. 2 days later, I sure he will come and Minu nodded and they both were standing there by freezing. It was a cold night. One was freezing but she was there just for her friend. 2 hours later, Yunju came out and looked at her. He was shocked to see her. She smiled and walked towards him and they talked him. Do you want to also go? No, I will go back. She was coming from then she saw him. He got up and where is she? They went to talk. Oh, thank you. One smiled and walked towards her house. The next day, one was peacefully laying on the bed, but she woke up because of course she picked up the call. And why were you? Mary was crying. Man sat down and what happened? Leroy said. It doesn't seem in that way. She was crying like a baby. Man, please come. Don't cry, I'm coming. She came into her house. And Amanita was telling her everything. Mary was feeling bad for her. She didn't know what to do because at all. Django told her his story and here we do. I will die without him. Why did I behave like this if he didn't want me? Don't get talk to him. Now man was coming back and saw him. He walked towards her and he rejected her. What really man nodded his shock and no, he said calmly and then they talked about random things. Man came back into her room and laid back on the bed. She was so tired and now my life is revolving around two boys. Junko and Miro, I also want someone who let his guy even if he older than me. I don't care, I still want him. I'm ready to get rejected. She laughed after saying this. Everyone around me is getting rejected. 1 week later, Junko and Yunju got into a fight. Man was watching them while Miro was trying to stop them. Miro was crying because Yunju and they came here to talk, but Yunju said something harsh which Junko didn't like, so they are beating each other. Junko stopped. She was pushing Junko away. Junko was shocked to see her reaction because he was doing this because of her. Yunju got up and grabbed him by his shoulder. Don't ever come in front of me if you want to. They threw her on the floor. and walked away from me. You followed him. The uncle looked at Vine and she had blinked to stand. Don't cry. She wiped his tears. Let's go. You also don't have to self-respect. Why are you running behind? I just want to see you happy. He's happy without you. 1 month later, Janko was sitting while eating his sandwich and looking at listening to wine. Miniru and Yunju got together and she was telling this to him. You know what? I got a job in the his husband. Why? I mean, you don't need a job. My family is enough for you. I'm going there to Sika. Your craziness is not enough. Cody will reject you and report about you. You will just cark him. No, he will not. I believe that he will start loving, and you know I'm ready for rejection. They both laughed. She was trying to make him smile because he was not free for getting the disrespect, but he didn't do anything with Junjo just because of Miriru. After Irvine went out of the country and he tried to stop her, but she went because Kai was also going out. They became friends, but Vine left. He stopped because he was not feeling good. White Vine was stubborn, and he was sitting on the couch while looking outside. He missed her because she was with him in his hard time. She was missing her as a friend. And while doing this for many years and passed, and Vine was still out of the country, and he joined his family business. Now he was sitting in his office and was looking at the test, which was from Vine 3 years ago. She didn't text him and call him. He didn't know the reason today he missed her because again Miro, his chimney Miro came back to him. He was going back, but suddenly he saw a girl on the road. She was looking like Vine. He stopped the car, and that girl stopped, and she was Vine. She looked at the car and came at Vine. You come back? Why not just because of my parents? He smiled. Yeah. Why? What happened? Nothing. Let's go. They sat down in the car. They came back and he told her everything about his whole relationship with Minoru. Vine was shocked after hearing that Minoru came back to him and she didn't say anything because she became so quiet. She changed her. She noticed he was a very frank girl. Now she changed. It was because she grew up or did something happen to her. Nobody knew that. She didn't let anyone know the reason of her coming back. The man with the without knowing his first he was fed up and now they were sitting with their parents and Cooper didn't know that their parents wanted them to come and he was just happy that she came and she thought that thing she would be the same as she changed. She was sitting there quietly while listening to them with her hands were in the pockets and she was wearing her red lipstick. The night falls and they got back to the she was laying on the bed on her old bed and looking at the room. She was it which was still decorated with his flames. She got him and took off all the flames and put them in the box. She removed everything from her room and then she sat down while looking at the room. She was thinking about him. The next day she was throwing the boxes on her mother's side. She walked towards Vine. What are you doing? She looked at Vine. I'm throwing them away. But why? Because I don't need them. I'm not 19 now. I don't need them. Don't you love him? Yeah, but not now. It's good to forget the past. Her mother noted him through everything. She was just tired and didn't want to see his face. After this, she got ready and went to see his company because father invited her to go there. She wore black coat and lipstick. She came and looked at the company with widen eyes. His father's business had grown so much she was happy to finally he was achieved what they wanted. She entered the company and everything was perfect. She walked towards the office and entered. She saw them sitting on the chairs while looking at her. Come, Ryan, we were waiting for you. He looked at her and she knew that something was wrong with her. But still they worked together. She saw the many things that Junko would tell her. Everything about the matter. She was going to become the wife which she only knew. She knew that she would be mad after eating the best. She wouldn't have another choice. After that, they were now sitting around. Their father went on about don't you tell. Test me in 3 years. She looked at him. I was so happy I didn't get time that you were with some heroes. I thought that now you don't need anyone. You're not anyone. I tested you. They were walking a while, drinking the coffee when Hero went back to Yunjo. She was walking past the street and suddenly she looked at him. Then she didn't know that one came back. She stopped and looked at them. She always felt something between them. She didn't like him with her, but she walked away because she didn't want to see them. They went back to their places, and then he came to know that Van agreed to marry him. He was surprised because he never thought of this, but he also agreed to marry her because he knew that Van was better for him and he felt good with her. Now Van entered and he looked at him. He was sitting here while waiting for her. She came and sat down for the first time. He was feeling nervous because she was his best friend. She casually ordered the coffee for them and she didn't give a why don't you agree? So are you ready to marry me? He nodded. She hummed and didn't react. They were just not to be Kazamiri was with joy and left motivated him. He didn't care about her. Janku saw Vine as his papa imagined, but it was the faced. On the day was Janku. Vine was sitting on the room. He was sleeping today. Was Kai's weather. She got up and looked outside. The whole country was decorated for him. It was the middle of the night. She was feeling so tired she couldn't forget about those moments. She went back to the bed and hugged him from behind. He was sleeping and she tightly hugged him. The next morning, Janku opened her eyes And so like, he stared like that, and then message popped on the screen of cell phone. He grabbed it, and the message was from it. I hope you will never spend half your life with her, and he wrote that as if he were. If you can send a text, I will send it to your so-called Yunjo, and tell him that you are talking to your ex. I hope you. Now they were sitting on the chairs where their parents were talking to just one sat were low. As he was not feeling well, Junk was looking at her, put his hand on her head, and she looked at him. Are you okay? She smiled and nodded. He knew that something was not good for in that much. They both were broke as the partners left them after using them. They had breakfast and talked about business. Mine was just sitting there having the flashbacks. Her mind was still on that. All that she just saw about her, she didn't want to tell anyone what had happened to her. She wanted to hide. Their parents had gone and they both were sitting alone. She put her hand on his shoulder and closed her eyes. She didn't sleep at night, so he was sleeping. When you can share everything with me. I'm still your best friend. I'm just tired. I'm okay. He looked at her and kissed her cheek. You are pretty. He smiled. He tried to control her because she was complimenting her as her husband, not more than a friend. Are you still the same boy you used to call me ugly? You are our best friend. I want to know you better. She was shocked to hear this. No one knows me better than you. But we will go to your favorite place. I want to know you better personally. She said while putting her hand on his chest as his heart was about to burst. He smiled and he failed to control it. She must be asking why you marry me. Yeah, but I don't care because she cheated twice. She was Yunju and they both are married because they left each other after 6 months and then got back together. She's sick. One laughed at her seeing expression. You are cute. Really? Am I more special more for you than her? Yes, my noted. I didn't accept this, but she hugged him. I'm sorry for not contacting you. It's okay that you are hiding something from me. No, why would I hide something and from you? 1 week later, man was waiting for him when he came back from work. She welcomed happily. Your dinner is ready. Okay, he sat down and she put the food on his plate. Okay, do you want something else? She giggled and no wifey. She was trying to do everything perfect for her husband. She wanted to become a good wife. She wanted to make him feel good around her. They behaved well with each other. They were living like a perfect couple. 2 months later, everything was going well between them. Still, he felt her sadness. It was looking like she was protecting her. She was really happy with him, but she didn't accept him to be good husband. He never talked about Miniru in front of her, told her that he loved Miniru. He moved on from her and he was happy with Wine. They came out to enjoy themselves. He started to feel for Wine and Wine was clicking the pics of the beautiful view. He was standing behind her. Behind her, he turned and gave him the camera. I will go and take a photo of me. He nodded and grabbed it. She walked towards his and stood in front of it. He grabbed her and they both came and they both were wet and he was breathing heavy. She was smiling. He looked at her and pulled her towards him. If you ever tried to do this, then her hair was waving in the air and she was looking beautiful. He grabbed her and both fell down. He looked at her and got our note here because I like privacy. He smiled and they both ran towards the hotel. At night, one was sleeping, but he was staring at her. He started to fall in love with him. He was thinking that about 11 one was with him all the time. He touched her face and kissed her forehead. She was hugging him. He hugged her back. After a week, they were still they wanted to live here because she liked the way he was and she was lazy on the bed while using his cell phone. She was smiling while looking at her four pictures. He still had them. Suddenly, he came back and she looked at him. He was holding her flowers. He handed her and they sat down beside her. She kissed him. He pulled her closer and kissed her between his arms. They were hugging each other and she was so happy with him. They came back and their lives goes like this. They both worked and enjoyed it. She finally started feeling happily. She was happy that finally she found a man with a good heart. She never imagined getting a good husband. 6 months later, everything was going well, but one day Medito sent him with pics with God. He was standing in his office personally. He opened his cell phone and saw her pics with him and felt as if this was his biggest fear. Guy was fans, and they were together. He stood in front of her and showed her the pics. She was shocked and got up. Why don't you tell me? Tell me why I shared everything for you. We are friends and spouses. I just don't want to remember the past because I'm happy with you. Why don't you leave him? It's a long story. I went there behind him and worked in his company as a cleaner. He knew that I was safe for him. He started talking to me and then one day he told me that I was happy and I agreed to be with him without caring about the circumstances. I was so happy that she came. He didn't want to hurt me, so he forced me to left him. So that means you still love him. She didn't say anything and it broke his heart. When I'm asking you something, no, I don't love him anymore. I love you. Believe me, I don't think about him anymore. He nodded and was about to go out, but she hugged him while saying this. You are my everything now. He looked at her and stared into her as he wasn't lying. He hugged her and eyebrows and she lied about Kai. That was different, but she didn't tell him the truth. She kissed his cheek and don't leave me. I will not. He knew that was the case. So he was happy that she forgot him. 2 years later, one was holding a baby, laying with in front of her. He was laying in front of her. They both were so happy and were living a happy life. Those things died that day. On one last saved her life.